Hello all, so I'll start with a syllogism today to set out the argument nicely, and then we'll get the show on the road. It should hopefully be a short one. So, premise 1. To exist in any meaningful sense, something must have at least one of the following. A. Causal interaction. B. Relational properties. Or C. Intelligible predicates that distinguish it from non-existence. Premise 2. The classical Abrahamic definition of God explicitly denies all of these. God is defined as outside of time, space, causation, relation, and intelligible comparison. Premise 3. A concept that has no causal role, no relations, no intelligible predicates, fails to refer to anything. Therefore, by its own classical definition, God does not exist as an entity, not because God is impossible, but because the concept fails to refer to anything at all. Moving outside of the syllogism, just to explain things a bit, what I realised is that religions keep adding attributes to God to protect him from contradiction. Timeless, spaceless, causeless, formless, immaterial and beyond relation. And eventually you reach a point where you've removed every feature that would allow something to exist in any meaningful sense. At that point, you're not really describing a very special being, you're describing nothing at all. Even impossible things, like a square circle, are still intelligible because they're built out of concepts that we understand, like squares and circles. God, as classically defined, isn't even that. There's nothing to relate it to, no interaction, no causation, no predicates. So the irony is, God isn't argued out of existence by atheists, God is defined out of existence by theology itself. The concept of God collapses under its own weight. By the way, just to clarify, this is not an out-and-out argument against God's existence per se, but a targeted critique of the Abrahamic concept of God. So, not so much an all-encompassing argument against God, but an argument against what many say and have written about God. Just to clear up something too, as I'm sure an objection is coming at some stage. Yeah, people will say God exists beyond our understanding and all of that, but that's exactly the problem. Once a concept is defined beyond relation, causation, and intelligibility, it stops being a candidate for existence claims altogether. So to finish up, God defined as outside time, space, causation, and relation is not an impossible being, it's a non-referring concept. Or to put it more bluntly, God isn't refuted by science, he's defined out of existence by theology itself. Thanks for listening.